Welcome back to another one of my videos. My name is Lotta and today I'm going to show you some of the meals we made on our 3-week Portugal road trip. Now the first recipe I'm showing you is something my family loves to eat in the summer. It's basically just cooked chicken with boiled potatoes and some sort of vegetable on the side. But the game changer for this meal is the Greek yogurt dip that we make with it. And it's basically just about 1 cup of Greek yogurt with the juice of half a lemon and 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now back home we also usually add fresh chives from the garden, so feel free to do that as well, or obviously adjust the sugar and the lemon juice to your own taste as well. And I also usually cook the chicken in a pan, but feel free to barbecue it or, again, make it however you want. And as you can see, we did make this a few times during our trip and just ate it with whatever else we had on hand. Sometimes it happened to be salad, sometimes it was corn. It just kind of depended on what we had. Now we usually tended to have some leftover boiled potatoes, so to use those up, we just roast them in the oven with some olive oil, salt, and roasted garlic spice, which was really, really good. And since we weren't going to get full off of just potatoes, we also just made a quick Greek salad to go with it. And you basically just chop up any veg that you want. I tend to use cucumber, bell pepper, onion, and feta, but I have added olives and corn before as well. I just didn't have any, so I just left it out. And the dressing is also really easy. It's just lemon juice, a healthy amount of olive oil, salt and pepper, and some Italian or Greek seasoning. Now while we were traveling, we also tried to make dinners go as quick as possible because we were out all day, which made this next meal become one of our go-tos. Now the nice thing with this oven roasted pan is that you can chop everything up in the morning, and when you come home you basically just turn on the oven and you're ready to eat in like 30 minutes. Now we tended to use potatoes, mushrooms, onions, zucchini, bell pepper, feta, and sausage. Usually we use farmer's sausage, but we couldn't find any, which was fine. It turned out fine. Now for this pan, we like seasoning it with lots of Cajun spice as well as salt and pepper, but again, feel free to just use whatever spices you want. And as you can see, we made this a few times on our trip with various different vegetable combinations. Sometimes we did just zucchini and potatoes and feta to just use up our leftovers. Other times we also added corn. Now the ovens were all gas ovens, so I had no idea what temperature they had. So I'm gonna say roughly 200 degrees Celsius, and then we just baked it for 30 to 40 minutes. Now it was super hot while we were in Portugal, so we ended up eating a lot of salad as well. And my favorite salad dressing is my omas salad dressing, which is super easy. It's roughly 125 milliliters of milk and cream, the juice of half lemon, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar to taste. We also like adding some dill, but again, we didn't have any, so we just made do without. And you basically just mix everything up and then it's done. We also decided to make salmon a few times, and my parents really like this sour cream sauce that's basically just sour cream, the juice of about half a lemon, and some sugar to taste. And the best part of eating salmon is drinking the leftover lemon juice at the end and trying to not make a silly face. That was my favorite thing as a kid, and I still love doing it. And every time we made salmon, we had some visitors come by who were begging for food. Now the next meal we also make a lot at home, and it doesn't really have a name, so I'm just gonna call it a chicken casserole. The sauce is the best part, and you need roughly 200 milliliters each of milk and cream, some salt and pepper, and 1 package of onion soup. Now you basically just mix everything together and pour it over your chopped chicken and veg. We tend to use bell peppers and corn, but I've also used broccoli or basically any other veg works. Now you just want to make sure that everything is covered with the sauce, and then it can just wander into the oven that's roughly at 200 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes or so. Again, just check to make sure that your chicken is cooked through. Now usually it turns out a lot saucier than this, so I'm just going to blame that on the fact that we're not home and that we're not using our own oven, but it still tasted great, so whatever. Now the last meal I'm going to show you is Bratkartoffeln, or just pan-fried potatoes. These are also super quick and easy and are perfect to use up those leftover boiled potatoes. You obviously need boiled potatoes. You're going to need some chopped up onion and bacon, some salt and pepper, and a very unhealthy amount of butter. You want to start by frying your potatoes with the butter. I used 2 pans because I didn't want to overfill the pans, and the pans were just a little bit small. And once those potatoes are starting to get a little crispy and brown, you can add your onions and bacon as well as your salt and pepper. And you're basically just going to keep frying until everything is nice and crispy. Feel free to also add some eggs. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. And there you have it. So that's going to be everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and I will see you next Sunday with another video.